We have a lot of stars that are now thinking outside, and they're not thinking as everyone else, or as the majority will like them to think. Because for one, they think that they consider them stars, so entertain, or they consider themselves, or they've classified them as athletes, so perform. But once they start to communicate and voice it, express themselves and how they feel and what they think and see themselves as, that's when it starts to become a problem. That's when they're challenging their agreements, and I'm trying to be mindful in speaking is that once you start thinking outside of the box, that's when the friction comes. That's when the friction starts. You are, you're penalized. Literally, you're penalized. It's like, okay, because you don't want to do what I said you're supposed to do or what I want you to do, now I'm not going to pay you. Same thing that happened to me. I got fired because I started to advocate for myself. I said, listen, I lost my mother. I've been placed on medical leave. Okay, I have paperwork and ADA accommodation at that time. That's the American Disability Act accommodation, which states that I have to take it easy. But I had employers that still wanted me to go faster and faster and faster, and I had like anxiety. Like I've had a panic attack. I know what a panic attack looks like. I didn't know about panic attacks until it happened to me. Okay, that's when I realized a way of life is taking it easy. Like soft life, when they say soft life, I agree with them, in terms of taking it easy, right? Taking it easy. Gone are the days where we have to work ourselves down to the grave. Literally, I've watched all my parents work themselves, like physically. Like my bonus dad was the first to go. My actual dad went, and then my mom went in 2019, which is why you now see me, which is why Are You Mad has come about, because I'm watching what happens when you stop looking at yourself as an actual human being, and when you just start to, it's like, what is it? Me against the machine, right? Rage Against the Machine. I don't know that's an actual artist or record or album, forgive me, but it's a thing, it's a real thing. So I'm not, raging against the machine. I don't want us to rage against the machine. I would really like for us to just take a minute, take a deep breath, and actually just breathe. And sometimes when you just are still, you're able to see and hear so much more. So in today's Intimate Convos, we went there, but it goes to say that when you start to think outside the box, there are going to be forces, there are going to be some people that don't agree with what you're saying, and they're going to look to punish you, but it's a part of the bigger plan. And for those who have been called to, speak up and speak forth are the ones, unfortunately, who are getting penalized in their pockets. Okay, so it is. So, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. And it's just a part of understanding who you are. If you listen to my podcast, Shameless Plug, Are You Mad? Streams on all your podcast platforms. I go into a moment where my dad kind of reminded me when I was going through a rough time, you are Nunu. So don't forget that. And that's important. I think a lot of us are awakening up and we're remembering, hold on, I am me. I am who I am. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. So, continue to stay empowered, continue to stay active, continue to support each other. If you are in a position to support, please be sure to go to PayPal, seriously. Go purchase some merchandise, patronize my exclusive newsletters that go out weekly, but then I do exclusive content for my paid subscribers. It's just my way of saying thank you, and to also keep you all connected. I think it's a beautiful thing that when I started this platform back in 2019, it was my way of connecting with those who may have lost a parent, because I went through a really cool, surreal spiritual experience, and I kind of wanted to connect with other people, so that's where Arghumad came from. Because sometimes if you describe some of your spiritual experience, you may appear to be crazy, right? They're like, Arghumad. So maybe a little bit, but it's pretty dope. It's pretty cool being outside of the box. It's pretty cool thinking outside of the box. And shout out to all my folks who think outside of the box. Shout out to all my folks who don't just conform to anything. Shout out to my folks who read the fine print. Okay. I have a awesome dear, I'm going to call him a friend for now. I have an awesome dear friend, and he mentioned the pituitary, the contract. He talks about the contracts and how deep contracts are. It's a really cool thing, and hopefully you'll hear from him soon. That was my segue. Yeah, that was my segue, and just in a little appreciative moment, because I'm always appreciative to have cool dialogues, exchanges. I do enjoy mental stimulation in terms of conversations and things that are of a progressive nature and are enlightening, and that is for the betterment of all people. So if you like all of that, again, like put some money in my pocket. Good job. Hey yo, did I tell you about the entrepreneurs? All right. I'll stop begging.